Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our eTrailer Class III Hitch for 2025 Subaru Forester. Our eTrailer hitch we have on our Subaru today is going to have a flat black powder coat finish, and this finish is going to hold up really well to scratches, any kind of chips you get in it. It's also going to help protect from corrosion, and this is a really nice coating, and I really like the way this one looks, the way it matches up with the color of our rear bumper on the back of our Subaru. This hitch is going to be more of the visible cross tube style, so you are going to see some of the cross tube, but the nice thing about this one is it is tucked up in, so you're not going to really see it all the time unless you're from really far back. Another thing I like about this one is your receiver portion doesn't stick out really far, so when you walk by the back of your bumper, you're not going to be hitting your shin or your knee on the back of your receiver because it's tucked up underneath a little bit. This hitch is going to have your 5/8 pin opening, so that's going to accommodate putting on any of your accessories and holding those in place. This hitch will not come with the pins, so you may want to pick one up while you're here shopping at eTrailer, or a lot of your accessories may come with the pins, so keep that in mind. Another nice option for these are the locking pins that go to these. That way, say you're out on the bike trail and you have your bike rack on the back while you're down the trail, you can have your accessory locked on with that lock so nobody can take it off while you're gone. It's also going to have our welded on safety chain loops, and that will accommodate either your S style hook or your clevis style hook. So either one of those will be set up good for your trailer pulling. As far as measurements go, from the center of the pinhole out to the edge of the bumper, we're looking at right around 3¼ inches. And with that measurement, that's going to help you figure out if any of your accessories that fold up will make any contact with the back of your vehicle. Now from the top of our tube to the ground, we're looking at 14½ inches. And with that number is going to help you figure out if you need any rise of the shank of, say, your bike carriers or any of your cargo carriers, so you don't make any contact with the ground. So they'll help you figure out your clearance. As far as our weights, we're going to have a tongue weight rating of 525 pounds, and that's going to be the weight of your bike carrier and all your bikes on the back, or say your cargo carrier and everything that you have on that. As far as a gross trailer weight rating, we're going to have a tow rating of 3,500 pounds, and that is going to be the weight of your trailer and everything you have on that. Now keep in mind, you do want to take a look at your owner's manual and stay on the lowest number between the two. As far as installation goes, it's pretty straightforward. You are going to have to trim a little bit of your heat shield underneath. Other than that, it's pretty much just bolts on. If it's something you really don't have time to do yourself, you can take a look at our dealer locator and have something set up where you get it installed locally for you. Or if you feel like installing it yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we're going to need to get our exhaust dropped down a little bit. So we got a cam buckle strap hung up here, so that's going to hold our exhaust when we remove our 3 isolators. We're going to have an isolator here on the back of our exhaust, another one hidden up in here on the side, and then the one right over here. So what I did is just get a little soapy water, a little dish soap and some water, and just spray your isolators. Get them all sprayed. Now to remove your isolators, you can either do it by hand if they feel like they're going to come off easy enough for you, or you can use a crowbar, you could use a large screwdriver, or even a isolator removal pliers. But what I'm going to do is just pry them off. We got that one off of there. I'll get the one on the side. Sometimes these can be a little tricky to get at, but just work with them and you'll get them. Now we have the one up here in the front. Now we just want to hold up on our exhaust and back off our cam buckle strap and just bring it down a little bit. You don't want to put too much tension on your exhaust, so we'll leave it right there for now. Now that we have our exhaust lowered down, we're going to need to get this heat shield out of the way, so we'll get it removed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10mm bolts we're going to remove. Now we can just set this aside. Now we're going to need to remove this underbody panel. So we're going to have 5 plastic push pins we're going to need to remove. Just using the screwdriver, just get that to pop down, wiggle that loose. After all of our pop clips are out, we have 2 10mm bolts. Now, once you get all your attachment hardware off, just pop it loose. It is going to be in with these 2 clips as well. Now we can just get this set off to the side. Now on both sides, we're going to remove these 3 plugs in the frame and leave the one up here in the front. Just want to take a screwdriver and you can just pop them out. Once they start, just pull them right out. Now on our center hole, we need to get this enlarged because it's going to be our access to get our spacer blocks through to our holes. So what I'm going to do is just take a step bit drill and just start enlarging that. And check it. Just keep going until we get it to where we want it. That'll do it right there. Now we need to get our hardware in place in these 3 holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hardware in a kit. We have our fish wire, our spacer block, and our carriage bolt. We'll just take our fish wire and we're going to run it through the hole and we're going to pull the coiled end out of where we made our access hole. Now we're going to run our spacer block on, followed by our carriage bolt. Just thread that on to your fish wire. Now we can put our spacer block through our access hole, push that through, and pull our carriage bolt in and into the hole. We'll follow that same procedure for our front hole. Now for our center hole, we're going to do the reverse fish wire. We'll put our spacer block onto our fish wire and we'll take our carriage bolt and thread it onto our fish wire. Now we can put our carriage bolt in, followed by our spacer block. So get those both in there. Now we just pull our bolt through. Now to make room for our hitch, we needed to get this marked out where we're going to cut this out so we can have room to put our hitch on. So basically, we just went around this area, and this is still going to allow us to have this forward portion of our heat shield to bolt up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this cut out now. Now we have it all cut out and clearanced for our hitch to go in place. Now we'll get our heat shield put back in place. Once we have our heat shield in place, we can just come back through and tighten up all of our hardware. Now we'll get our hitch lifted into place. We just want to line up our fish wires with our corresponding holes. Once we have all our wires run through, we can just push our hitch up into place over our hardware. Now I like to get a center one on each side put up finger tight, and now we just get our fish wires off the rest of our hardware and we can install the rest of our hardware up finger tight. One of the ways you can do this, they act like they want to pop up on you. So if you take a finger and just kind of push it over and get them started, it's going to save you a lot of hassle and you don't have to worry about your bolt popping up in and falling up into the frame. Then you'd have to take your whole hitch back down again. Now that we have all of our hardware in place and up finger tight, just want to make sure our hitch is centered up because we do have a little bit of a side-to-side movement we can adjust it to. So just center it up and now we can snug down our hardware. Now after we have everything snugged down, we can come back through with our torque wrench and torque everything down to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can pick one up here at eTrailer, or you can take a look at your local parts store and see if you can rent one from them. Now that we have our hitch all torqued down, we'll come back through and get our exhaust put back in place. I do like to spray our isolators again. That way, it's going to slide back on place much easier. With our exhaust isolators back in place, now we can remove our cam buckle strap. Now for our underbody panel, we did not have to trim this at all. It managed to fit upside of our hardware that we installed for our hitch. One bolt did go back, but one did not, so that's not going to be a problem. We have plenty of other attachment points, and we're not going to have any rattle out of that panel. And that was a look at our eTrailer Class III Hitch for our 2025 Subaru Forester. I'm Scott with eTrailer. Thanks for watching.